Welcome, and we're back for another episode of the Northeast Pennsylvania Settlement Show. I'm Linda Marchalk, Yeich, the president of the company, and we have offices in Hazleton, Tamaqua, Pottsville, and Lancaster. So we can cover doing real estate closings in Schuylkill County, Luzerne County, and all of our surrounding counties. So we'll go to a location that's most convenient for our clients, whether it be at our office, at a realtor's office, or at a bank. Why should you choose Northeast Pennsylvania Settlement? I have a legal and real estate background, having worked for attorneys and then becoming a licensed title agent in 2005. So I have over 35 years of the expertise that it takes to handle your real estate closing, troubleshoot any title problems, and get you to closing based on your settlement date. We pride ourselves in getting closings done timely and smoothly. In the last episode, we covered what is title insurance, and we covered some of the seller documents in those particular instances where you have a seller with a power of attorney, a seller where we have an estate, or a seller where we have some type of corporate entity, whether it be an incorporation or a limited liability company. Today we want to focus on some of the buyer documents and buyer's needs in a real estate closing. So a buyer is going to need to get an agreement of sale, and they can get an agreement of sale by hiring a realtor to find them a property, or they can find a seller and do a for sale by owner where you don't have a realtor involved. If that is the case, we have my good friend, attorney Christine Holman, that can prepare an agreement of sale for the transaction. Once you get an agreement of sale signed, the buyer is going to take that signed agreement of sale to a lender, and the lender is going to review and process financing for that transaction. So you may have various documents that you have to provide to your lender, and your lender is going to give you a list of things that you need, but common buyer documents for a lender would be pay stubs, tax returns, bank statements. So those would be any kind of financial documents in order for them to review and approve you for a loan. A lot of people in today's market will get from a lender a pre-approval. So you're going to go to the bank perhaps first and say, here's all of my financial information. How much would you approve me for on a mortgage? So the bank will then process some of your financial information and tell you that we will approve you up to $200,000 for a mortgage. By having that pre-approval, that can be very critical in today's real estate market, because again, we still have a market where there are more buyers and more of a demand for housing, and there are fewer sellers and fewer houses for sale on the market. So by having a pre-approval, that's going to perhaps give you a little bit beneficial advantage over a potential buyer who does not have a pre-approval. So if you do not have a pre-approval, I would recommend you contact a lender and you seek pre-approval, and then you go looking for a house. Once you've found that house, as I said, you'll sign an agreement of sale and get a binding document to say that these are the terms and provisions in which you're going to buy the house, setting forth the purchase price and who's paying for what closing costs. So having contacted the necessary parties in getting a signed agreement of sale, having contacted a lender and getting the necessary pre-approvals or financing in place, typically the third phone call then is going to be to Northeast Pennsylvania Settlement for title work. And at Northeast Pennsylvania Settlement, we take those documents from you and we will open our file to process for title search and tax and utility certifications. And that begins the process getting you closer to a real estate settlement. Once we have the title search completed, typically a lender is going to require title documentation from us. We're going to insure the property to the lender that they're going to have a valid first lien on the property. And we're also going to insure an owner's policy to the buyers to ensure, again, the property is being purchased free and clear of any liens, judgments, or mortgages. So for buyers, there could be a lot of legwork, there could be a lot of running around, but again, as a title company, we're here to answer any questions you may have along the process, to help you step by step through buying a property. So from an agreement of sale and dealing with sellers, to a mortgage and dealing with financing, and then lastly, dealing with us as a title company in doing real estate settlements. So call Northeast Pennsylvania Settlement if you have a residential or commercial real estate closing. We handle anything from cash transactions to purchases with a lender or to refinances. We can handle a cash transaction. It could be a vacant lot. It could be a residential home. It could be a commercial building. So at Northeast Pennsylvania Settlement, we pride ourselves in exceeding your settlement expectations. We have offices located in Hazleton, Tamaqua, Pottsville, and Lancaster. So the phone number will appear on our screen where you can reach us. Our website is www.northeastpasettlement.com, and we'll take a break and then we'll be right back to continue our show. Welcome back to the Northeast Pennsylvania Settlement Show. I'm Linda Marchalk Yeich and president of the company. I also serve as the Schuylkill County Treasurer. So we keep very busy running county government. We keep very busy doing real estate closings. In today's market, it's still a hot real estate market. For those buyers that are looking to buy a home, it is going to be one of the most life-changing decisions, one of the biggest decisions you're going to make in your lifetime. So we here at Northeast Pennsylvania Settlement are committed to providing you any information, answer any questions you may have so that you can have a smooth real estate closing. We exceed your settlement expectations. We work with buyers who are purchasing property. We work with property owners who are refinancing their property. And you're going to hear that you need title insurance. And most people don't know what title insurance is. So we are a title insurance company that is licensed here in the state of Pennsylvania. We are regulated by the Pennsylvania Insurance Department. And we're going to issue either an owner's title insurance policy or a lender's title insurance policy, certifying that the property is free and clear of any liens, judgments, mortgages. So call Northeast Pennsylvania Settlement for your next real estate closing. In terms of our offices, we just opened a new office at the 29th Street Office Complex. We're in Building A, Suite 219. That's located at 1201 North Church Street in Hazel Township. So we have the ability to close in Luzerne County for any of your real estate needs in Luzerne County. We also have a Tamaqua office located at 204 East Broad Street in Tamaqua. We are in the Victorian building known as the Shep House, right on the main street of Tamaqua, so we can assist you with any Schuylkill County real estate closings. We have an office located over at the Rockwood Center, 1507 Route 61 Highway South, located in Pottsville. We are right on Route 61 near the Cressona Mall and can handle anything that may perhaps be over in that portion of Schuylkill County. And lastly, we have an office at 525 New Dorrit Street in Lancaster, so handling perhaps Lancaster and Lebanon County closings for you. So we keep very busy with 4 offices. Myself, Linda Marchalk Yeich, is president of the company. I also have Andrew Smith, vice president of the company, and he recently became a licensed title insurance agent. He also has a background and a license as a Pennsylvania realtor. So he knows what it takes when it comes to representing buyers in a real estate transaction because of his background in real estate. He is a perfect team member, and we exceed your real estate settlement expectations. Our main phone number, if you need to get a hold of us, 570-593-5073. You can also find all of that detailed information about our office locations on our website at www.northeastpennsylvaniasettlement.com. And if you want to mention today that you saw us on the Samsung Productions TV and this episode, we're going to offer you $10 off your notary fees for your settlement. So it's good to know that people are out there listening, watching, and we'd be happy to represent you and handle your next real estate closing for you. And we'll be right back. Welcome back to the Northeast Pennsylvania Settlement Show. I'm Linda Marchalk, Yeich, president of the company. I also serve as the Schuylkill County Treasurer. And today we're talking about real estate closings. And earlier in the show, we were telling our buyers what documents they needed in terms of closings. So the first document was an agreement of sale. Second document is financing, whether you get the pre-approval before your agreement of sale or you apply for your final financing after you have the signed agreement of sale. And then the third part of that would be hiring Northeast Pennsylvania Settlement, where we do your real estate settlement and we issue title insurance. As I mentioned earlier in the show, we have 4 offices, Hazleton, Tamaqua, Pottsville, and Lancaster. So we can certainly service any real estate purchases or refinancing in Luzerne County, Schuylkill County, or any of these surrounding counties. To continue on with buyers' documents needed for a real estate closing. As a title insurance company at Northeast Pennsylvania Settlement, we are what I'll call the hub of the wheel. And we will handle the many moving parts of that wheel in the real estate closing process. So we'll handle communicating with any realtors. The listing agent realtor is representing the seller. The selling agent realtor is representing the buyer. And in Pennsylvania, you could have one realtor that is a dual agent representing both parties in the transaction. So when a realtor is involved, they're going to give us any fees that need to be collected and paid to them for a realtor's commission. Then we'll also be involved in dealing with your lender. And we could deal with a loan officer, we could deal with a loan processor, and then we could deal with an actual real estate, the lender's closer. So there could be 3 or 4 people that we get involved in from the lender's side of the transaction. And with the lender, we will go back and forth exchanging lenders' numbers with our other settlement figures that we've gathered to put together what is called a final settlement sheet or a final closing disclosure. We will also, as a title company, be dealing with any lienable utility companies, obtaining water, sewer, or garbage. We'll also be dealing with the local tax collectors, obtaining tax certifications, determining whether real estate taxes are paid or not paid, and how we handle those and how we prorate those as part of closing. So when I say the word prorate, that basically means that we are charging the seller and the buyer a per diem tax figure based on the number of days that they're going to own the property. So the last part of what we do at Northeast Pennsylvania Settlement in preparing those settlement sheets or preparing those closing disclosures is putting together all of the financial aspects of the real estate closing, from the realtor to the lender to taxes to utilities, Those are the things that we do. We coordinate, and then on the day of settlement, we'll act as the escrow agent. So we will handle collecting all of the money, from your down payment money given to a realtor, to the lender's loan amount, to whatever funds that you, the buyer, may need. We'll collect all of the money, we'll act as escrow agent, and then we will disperse the money to those figures that we have on the settlement sheet or the closing disclosure. So not only do we issue the title insurance, certifying that the property is free and clear of liens, judgments, mortgages, but we act as the escrow agent in the transaction. So we are accountable for the money that comes in and the money that goes out of our escrow account. On the day of closing, we get a lot of documents. When you have a lender involved, the loan package could be as little as 50 pages, as many as 100 pages, but we'll go through all of those documents with you, explaining your note, your mortgage. What are the terms of your financing? How much are you borrowing? What is your interest rate? How much is your monthly payment? We will take and go over any kind of title affidavits. We provide you with a nice booklet and copies of all of your settlement documents once we're done signing. And then we'll summarize for you. These are all the important things that you really need to remember. Your payments are going to be due on the first of the month. These are the next set of tax bills that will be coming out that you've got to look for and make sure that are paid. And these are the utilities. This is what we handle. And perhaps there are a few things that we don't handle. The things that we might not handle would be PP&L. Electric is not lienable against the real estate. So we want to make sure that you've established an electric account. We want to make sure that you have the property insured by an insurance company in the event of fire or a liability for a slip and fall. So there's a lot of moving parts in a real estate transaction. So as I said, we are the hub of that wheel, handling everything from coordinating a lot of the information between the realtors, the lenders, us as the title company, the sellers, the buyers. So we are the central focus of the settlement. We are the person that gathers everything to provide to you as the buyer a smooth settlement process. So that alleviates a lot of phone calls and work from your end, because that's what we're doing here at Northeast Pennsylvania Settlement. We're conducting a smooth closing. We want to handle those questions. We want to make all of those phone calls on your behalf and provide you with exceptional service. So remember, when you're dealing with a realtor or a loan officer, you want to tell them that you want to use Northeast Pennsylvania Settlement for your next real estate closing. Why? Because we are committed to exceeding your settlement expectations. We have offices located in Hazleton, Tamaqua, Pottsville, and Lancaster. We will close either in one of those offices or at a realtor's office or at a bank location, whatever is most convenient for the parties. We also do not have our standard office hours. While most people are working 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., we understand that jobs and time off sometimes are at a premium. And for you, the buyers, it's important that we can adjust our schedules to fit a buyer's schedule for closing. So often we are doing end of the day closings at 5 p.m. Sometimes it calls for doing a settlement on a Saturday morning at 9 a.m. So we are here to adapt and adjust to our buyers and their schedules. Call Northeast Pennsylvania Settlement for your next real estate closing, and we would be happy to represent you. Remember, in Pennsylvania, it is buyer's choice to choose your settlement company, and we would be happy to provide those services to you. 570-593-5073, or check us out on the web, www.northeastpennsylvaniasettlement.com, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you.